So today we're going to look at the literature passage from practice test 6. The passage is adapted from Denial Munudin, Nawabadin Electrician. Number 1. The main purpose of the first passage is to C. Describe Nawab's various money-making ventures. In the first paragraph, the reader is introduced to Nawab, a father of 12 daughters who feels compelled to make more money to care for his family. He must proliferate his sources of revenue. The remainder of the passage focuses on the way Nawab attempts to proliferate those income sources by identifying some of the money-making schemes Nawab undertakes, including setting up a flour mill and a fish farm and attempting to fix both radios and watches. Number 2. As used in line 16, kicks most nearly means B. Complaints. The passage states that Nawab earned more kicks than kudos for his failed attempts at fixing watches. In the context of not doing a job well, this means Nawab was not given compliments or kudos for his efforts, but complaints or kicks about them. Number 3 and 4 were paired questions. For number 3, the author uses the image of an engineer at sea, most likely to D. Emphasize how demanding Nawab's work for Haruni is. The passage states that Nawab works like an engineer tending the boilers on a foundering steamer in an Atlantic gale, in his attempts to keep his employer comfortable. The author likely uses this image because it highlights the challenging nature of Nawab's work that is described in the next sentence as requiring superhuman efforts. And this was found, for number 4, in lines 28 through 32. That's why that one's A. Number 5, in the context of the conversation between Nawab and Haruni, Nawab's comments in lines 40 through 52 mainly serve to C. Emphasize Nawab's diligence and loyalty to Haruni. The main purpose of Nawab's comments is to highlight the labor and service he has provided for Haruni over the years. Nawab says, "There is but one man, me, your servant, to take care of the 2 wells on all Haruni's vast lands, and that the extensive work has resulted in Nawab earning gray hairs on his employer's behalf." Number 6, Nawab uses the word bridegroom mainly to emphasize that he's no longer D. Young. In lines 61 through 62, Nawab says to his employer that he cannot any longer bicycle about like a bridegroom from farm to farm. In this context, Nawab uses the word bridegroom to imply that he is no longer a young man who can easily travel such great distances on his bike. 7 and 8 were paired questions. Number 7, it can reasonably be inferred from the passage that Haruni provides Nawab with a motorcycle mainly because B. Haruni sees benefit to himself from giving Nawab a motorcycle. Haruni's reaction to Nawab's request for a new motorcycle can be found in lines 66 through 68, where the employer is said not to particularly care one way or the other, except that it touched on his comfort, a matter of great interest to him. For Haruni, in other words, the issue of Nawab getting a new motorcycle came down to what was best for Haruni, not what was best for Nawab. And for number 8, this was found in lines 66 through 68, choice B. Number 9, the passage states that the farm managers react to Nawab receiving a motorcycle with A. Disgust. The passage states that Nawab's new motorcycle leads to the disgust of the farm managers. Number 10, according to the passage, what does Nawab consider to be the best result of getting the motorcycle? D. He can spend more time with his wife. The passage specifically states what Nawab considers the greatest part of his getting a new motorcycle. Best of all, now he can spend every night with his wife.